the so-called Caucasian race. Those are the other societies, because when you hear about societies in the world, there's always an S at the end of it to let people know that it's more than one society. So if it's more than one society, that means it's more than one agenda going on in the earth. And we were just talking about that earlier. Hold that. So now in me finding out that up in North Carolina, it just came out, they just released it, that they had a bio research facility there this whole time, the #1, and that COVID never came from Wuhan over there up in China. It actually came from America. Hold on. So now their #1 goal was because your people is eating up all that Social Security money and getting old and sitting back getting fat. They actually created that virus to wipe out the elders, to make room, and then they need a lot of y'all out the way, because y'all are up in their way for what they want to push on the earth today. So that's why Pope came about, but at the same time, it wasn't just for your people. It hit damn near every other country when they did that. Yeah, we already know that. That was in that movie, Contagion. They actually showed it. That was back in 2006 or 2007. And that's what COVID is. It's a branch of the SARS virus. Yeah, I know that. Yeah. But it wasn't for them. It was for Americans this whole time, because we wasn't hearing about the great numbers over up in these other countries. The numbers of people that was being affected was the people here, because it's best to test it out and try to do a control test. And that's what America does when they come up with these bioweapons. Just like when they had the nuclear bombs, China said, you gotta be pretty stupid to be testing your damn nukes up on your own land. Yeah, you gotta be some sort of wicked in the mind to do that.
I agree with you. That's why I point out that law, there's certain things planned out to impact us. As far as what happened, how it got mutated with China, mutated virus created a new virus, and COVID-19 was an accident.
They didn't create nothing, is what you're not understanding, because all America does is lie. Everything is lies. That's all they do. They come up with lies. They say that the earth is over 1 billion years old. How can you be born today and now all of a sudden you have men before you that didn't know the age of the earth, but now this here group of people say that the earth is 1 billion years old? That don't make no sense. How you just born? Those are lies. Give me that Timothy. Come, bring that out. Hold on, listen to this.
Timothy 4:1.
This is the problem, because the wicked is moving about. The wicked is spreading all these lies in the earth. And it's written that y'all were going to do that. Read.
1 Timothy 4:1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith.
That's talking about these here people. A lot of our people departed from the faith of the word, of the Bible. Read.
Giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devil.
Doctrines of what?
And doctrines of devil.
Doctrines of devil. Lies. Read.
Speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
See that? That's y'all understanding up in y'all minds. Got it? Read.
Mark 3:23. And he said, and he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan?
How can who?
How can Satan cast out Satan?
How can Satan cast out Satan? That means that y'all house is against one another.
I mean,
That's not talking about Satan. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, bro.
Is not America divided against itself? Y'all have Republicans and you have Democrats. Y'all are fighting 24/7 about who's going to take the next seat of position of power. to get these wicked laws. You got your book. Read Isaiah 10 and 1. I can't meet up with you, man. What you talking about? Come and meet up with you and have coffee. Let's see if this makes sense. Read.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 10 and 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievances which they have prescribed. To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that the widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless.
See that? Y'all have unrighteous decrees that. Why can't I? Wait a minute. Who said anything about you being white? I'm sorry, the nation of Edom. You feel better? That's y'all nationality. Y'all are Edomites according to the Bible. Who's in rulership in the earth right now? Do we have, hold on. Do we have corporations, so-called black people? No, so-called black people. Do we have corporations? We have sky risers with big, name one. Google about to cut him real bad. Now, who prints out the money? And who runs the Federal Reserve? So-called Caucasian people. So they don't have that money to make that money. Guess where that money's gonna go once they spend it? It's gonna go right back into the goddamn white man's hand. That's because your people tried to take that money that didn't have no value and then sold this idea that if you get enough of this, you could buy something. No, that money disappears. It goes nowhere. It doesn't exist. So now what they did, they had took the paper money away and now they got the digital dollar. So at any point in time, they can take that money from you with a damn stroke of a key and then look, it's done. That's it. So why would he sell it to the reserve? So whose pocket is that money going back into? It's going back into the so-called white man's pockets. That's how y'all move. Y'all make it as if y'all, he took America and then he sold it for this. No, y'all take that same money and y'all regurgitate it back to yourself, back into your own system. It don't go nowhere. Go ahead. I pray for the end of America. I can't wait for the Most High to come and destroy y'all. Give me Obadiah. You're speaking to me right now. You gotta get cut up with this scripture right now, because you're speaking madness right now. Zechariah 11 and 5. Go ahead.
You like to hear that?
You talk about like Black Wall Street when they bombed? No, we wasn't doing no. So what happened was they wanted segregation. So-called white men. They wanted segregation. We said cool. We can do that. So then we wasn't directly dealing with them like that. We had our own banks, we had our own hospitals and everything. But the fact that our people took off so fast with it, that scared them.
Right? There was white people who were on the low coming to business with us. When you said it earlier, like, okay, I feel like I'm being attacked because I'm saying white. Could we say this?
I never said white, I said so-called.
But when we do talk about the oppressors and things like that, we do say white man, and then me and them, we got white relatives that, you know what I'm saying, our little cousins, our little cousins, shit like that. And what I was trying to say was, I think the fear of America, the facade is color, right? But the fear of it is black people being the second mother unit there because we're so strong. Because Tulsa, Oklahoma has proven that white customers, you have black
So they already so basically they're scared because, like the brother mentioned earlier, that they know that we have a God, we have a power, we have something that's going to save us. But they know that if we do this, then keep these here people sinning, that he's not gonna help them. That's their understanding. That's a flawed understanding. But they know that we have the power. They're scared that because they know that the Most High is going to wake up certain men in the last days to prophesy this here word unto the whole earth. And now that is happening, now they're starting to see, and now they're starting to understand that this is right, because it's actually happened. As you read, it happens before your eyes. That's why we say that this word is actually alive. This is the living waters.
That's one thing I was saying about like the odds that white people have is the fact that okay, you may feel like you're doing some type of good, but where you mess up at is you would allow them to come and attack you. You would allow them to come and kill you, like with Selma, right? The white guy who's marking the mouth, where he was marking the mouth. He was marking the mark, he got killed. He got killed because they told him like that.
I get what you're saying. But we can't do that if we stay up in this is society of America. We can't do it. We just told you it's not possible because the system was not created for us to be successful, to build up riches in. That's not meant for us. Give me what's that? Tobit 1 and I believe it's 4. This is not our land. We're not supposed to be here. Yeah, that's true. They gotta go back to the Caucasus Mountains. But they're going into slavery. That's what they're going back into. They got to go back into slavery because they don't get their butts whooped one time before, real bad. Started 1 and 4.
Tobit 1 and 4. And when I was in my own country,
My what?
in my own country, in the land of Israel,
The land of who?
in the land of Israel,
No, America.
in the land of Israel, being but young, all the tribe of Naphtali, my father,
That's enough. So now that's our land, Israel. That's where we're supposed to be going back to. That's our goal, is to come back to these here scriptures. See? So did you find out your nationality? So for one, that land was never called Africa. And we just showed you that these people, our homeland, according to Tobit in the scriptures, is Israel. No. It's over there. Get that way over here. Ah. Can y'all bring that sign over here so that I can show the brother? You see that at the top? Amerigo Vespucci and typical Africanus. At the top, in the middle, you see the two whites. Those two, those are the name of so-called white people, Caucasians. One's a map maker, and then the other one was a Roman general. Okay, so no, Africans did not name those two continents. The so-called white man, they had named the southern continent because the southern continent over there in the most southern part was conquered, and when they had conquered it, they named the whole continent Africa. And when Christopher Columbus came here, and when they did what they did to the so-called Native Americans, the northern tribe, they named it after themselves, America. So no, that didn't come from the so-called Africans, the Hamites. See that? So now you're learning. So according to the chart, where you see yourself, what would you be called? See that? Right. And that means you come from the 12 tribes of Israel. What's your father's nationality? So-called black? Con. Give me numbers 1 and 18. All praises. You made it in there. Because we got people that look just like us, but they're not from us. They come from those other people. They got the blood of the so-called white man. That's why we were told not to be mixing with these other nations. He looks like a brother, but his daddy is a so-called white man. What's the sister, the comedian, what's her name? No. The one sister comedian that got the mole up on her face. Tiffany Haddish. Yeah, she's not a sister. She's Hindu. She's from India. See that? She's from India. She's an Elamite, according to the Bible. She's not of our people. Paula Abdul, she's not a sister neither. She's Hindu also too. He was a Cushite. Yeah, he's an Ethiopian. But our people took because, I never saw why our people was listening to him, because his lyrical was kind of off. It just trash to me, yeah. And that's our people loving their enemies. They didn't know that he was an enemy. He knew he was an enemy. How many of these damn Ethiopians we see up on the south side, over here up in St. Paul, hanging out with our people, talking about brother, brother, brother? That's not our people. They know that we're not people, not the same people. We're not family with those people. The way that those people conduct themselves, my spirit does not resonate with those people. Does yours? See that? Read that.
Numbers 1 and 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their father.
So you are who your father is according to the Bible. And this is how our people determine our lineage and our bloodlines in our houses. These other nations, they go by the matriarch, which is the woman. Because the child is born inside the woman's womb, they say that, no, you come from her. So that's why Tiger Woods, he said what he said. He said that he only affiliated with his Chinese side because his mother's Chinese. He don't look at himself as a so-called black man because his dad is a black man, so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. And that's why we're not supposed to be mixing with these other nations. Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
You shall not what?
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughters thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Because a lot of those brothers that look like us and sisters, because our women went and had babies with those other nations, with those heathens. So now these here kids come out saying that I'm black. Like Tracy Ellis Ross' daughter, Diana Ross daughter. She thinks she's a sister, but she's not. But when she found out, she went and did a second part to that spinoff from that TV show Blackish. Now she did I think it's called Whitish or something like that. So she did a spinoff from that because her side of the family, her dad is a so-called white man. See that? Is it more on there? Yeah.
And it says, verse 4, for they will turn away thy sons from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly.
See that? Because the children started following after the customs of their mothers and of these other nations. That's why the women laying down having those babies, that caused all kinds of confusion. And now the child running around saying that he is who his mother is and not the father. And now these here children that like I got nieces and nephews. Their father's so-called black man, but they stray more to their mothers. So guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna keep Christmas because their mothers keep Christmas. All these pagan holidays, because the women keep them, the children are gonna follow after these women also. So that's why we're not supposed to be mixing with these other people, because guess what? They're not gonna want to know the true words of God or the commandments. They're just gonna know just their feelings and just their emotions at the end of the day. Give me Isaiah 43. Because guess what they're not gonna do? They're not going to serve the Lord, and they're not going to want to serve the Lord. He got it. He got it. Come.
Isaiah 43:1. But now, thus saith the Lord, that created thee, O Jacob, and he that formed thee, O Israel, fear not, for I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by thy name, thou art mine.
Thou art what?
Thou art mine. When thou passest through the water.
So at the end of the day, we belong to the Most High. Okay? Give me 40. I'll be 40. Yeah, that's You're talking about Job. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
So we belong to the Most High, right? You know what I'm saying? If you get what I'm trying to say.
Read this verse.
Yeah, it's like there's so many people. You got white, black, you know what? They try to change.
Jeremiah 50.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these are people who want to identify with us.
Let's get to us first and what our position is and why what the brother just read about not to be making marriages. 50. Read.
Wait, you already said that.
Isaiah 44:1. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant,
My what?
my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen.
Well, we are servants, but we're serving these other nations. And our children, they're going to serve these other nations and these other gods. You see? That's why we're not supposed to be mixing with these other nations. Because now the children are going off. And these guys, they serving drugs, they serving the liquor, they serving themselves, they serving the white man. A lot of our brothers and sisters, they get mad if we say something against the damn Edomites. They get mad. Why is you talking about them like that? What they do to you? They did everything to us. They did everything wrong. There's no light up in those people. Those people are just full of darkness. That's why Trump put those tariffs out there. And now they people are struggling. Now they mad because they got to go into the damn store. And now she's so mad because she spent $20. She walking out with only just three items. When some years ago, you spend $20, you could at least walk out the store with at least 7 items. But it's not like that no more. No. When it says we are his servants, yes. But because we're living up in spiritual Babylon, we're going to serve these other gods now. We're not going to serve him. We're going to serve these other gods. Say what? We're not taking Babylon. This place is going to be destroyed. There's no reason for us to take this place. There's nothing here. This place is defiled as hell. The streets is just, I mean, it's not even safe. You drive your car down the road a block from your house, you hear bumps and holes. Now you gotta worry about your damn shocks and your damn tires now. How are these people great when they can't even take care of the actual land itself? They can't blame us because we're not the ones up in power. They're up in rulership. Read that.
Jeremiah 51. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 1. And it reads, "The word that the Lord spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations and publish and set up a standard. Publish and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken."
Say what?
Say Babylon is taken.
America?
Say Babylon is taken. Beliz confounded. Muradash is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded. Her images are broken in pieces. For out of the north there come up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast. In those days and in that time, saith the Lord, the children of Israel shall come. They and the children of Judah together, going and weeping, they shall go and seek the Lord their God.
So now, in the last days, we're going to come back to one another because we're born in right now. This place is about to be destroyed. America is Babylon today. Spiritual Babylon and Egypt and Sodom and Gomorrah. Because Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. Why? Because of all that damn wicked sexual abomination that they were doing. And then they were doing it to the children. So the same thing that they did up in Sodom and Gomorrah, the reason for it to be destroyed, we see it happening up in America today. You got these transgenders and the damn LGBT community coming after little kids. They got books showing them how to have sex. Little cartoon books. Animals and stuff. When the Bible says that that's abomination to lay down with an animal, they got the book showing the kids how to have sex, teaching them sex up in, preschool. That's off. Those are the things that was going on up in these cities up in ancient time. Egypt, the bondman, the bondwoman, that's us. We stuck up in slavery still. They tax us way more than they tax the other nations. And they let the other nations come in and set up shop to make money off of us. That's more and more taxing up on our people because they're up in our community making that money. The damn convenience store, you go get a loaf of bread, he gonna charge you damn near $5 for that loaf of bread, but you go to the regular store, which is a little bit further from where you live, you're gonna pay about half of that. That's the taxing of the Most High people. That's the oppression from these other nations. They can't help us. There's no helping us. They are the wicked of the earth. No, they can't help us. They have what? No, when the destruction comes to America, according to the Bible, only 1/3 is gonna make it through this here nuclear war, up in this final war. Only 1/3 of Israel is going to make it. The other 2/3 they're not gonna make it because they're not going to. They don't want a so-called black man ruling over them because the Lord, who they call Jesus Christ, his name is Yahushua. He comes out the tribe of Judah. What's that? That's Matthew. The Lord came out of that. Hebrews 7. Bring that up.
Hebrews 7 and 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
Sprang out of where?
Sprang out of Judah.
So even Yahushua, he came out the tribe of Judah, so-called black man. Exactly. That's why we conduct ourselves in a certain way when we come back to the truth. Even when some of us was out of the truth, there is a certain way that we were conducting ourselves. The way that we spoke to one another. What, Esau over there raging again?
This is the book of 2nd Maccabees chapter. This is the book of 2nd Maccabees chapter 4, verse 16. By reason whereof sore calamity came upon them, for they had turned to be their enemies and avengers, whose custom they follow so earnestly, and unto whom they desire to be like in all things.
He said that they turned to their enemies for help. See that? Read it again.
It said, this is the book of 2nd Maccabees chapter 4, verse 16. By reason whereof sore calamity came upon them,
Came upon our people. Okay?
for they had turned to them to be their enemies and avengers. Enemies and avengers.
And at the time, these were the Greeks. These were the Greeks.
Whose custom they follow so earnestly, and unto whom they desire to be like in all things.
Just like our people today, with the churches and stuff. Yeah, our people, we turn to all their customs, we turn to all these things seeking help from the so-called white man.
You know how I figured that out? You like growing up, like I had like a destructive household. So like
We all had a destructive household. See?
Proverbs 3 and 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
Do what?
Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
Choose none of his ways, and none of his ways is you can't choose just your sister. We can't keep on following their holidays, their customs. We can't keep running to to like their basketball, football, and stuff like that. Those are coliseums, modern day coliseums that they was doing back in ancient times, gladiators. It was all for sport, that's all it was. And our people, they take the mothers and fathers that's of good stock and genes. They raise up their sons and daughters, and then they actually prostitute them off to these other nations. That's why you got LeBron James, you got Michael Jordan, you got all these brothers, you got the Williams sisters and stuff like that. Now I think you got like 2 or 3 brothers that's in hockey. They're now entering these here modern day coliseums, and they keep the ways of these other nations.
I had to block one of their ass though.
I'm saying, like,
Too crazy.
the book we just brought out is called 2nd Maccabees. It's in the book called Prophecy. Even in that book, you can read there, that's where a lot of
They gonna be mad with us.
God. Well, hey, yesterday it was somebody on there that said they know Sean. Yeah. I know that dude.
So what he's speaking about is the MMA. That's why they wear the little shorts, the little tight shorts, and they got no clothes on. And you know, I just saw a video, kind of messed me up. I'm like, damn, but they would boil themselves down. And then the goal was to get your hand down inside the other man's underwear and reach for something. And then you subdue him. Yeah. He was a homosexual. That's how he was. He wasn't, I mean, he possibly could have been a mighty warrior, but you know, at the end of the day, once a man give up his manhood, your manhood is gone. And he willfully gave up his manhood. So no, there was no power up in those other nations really. Other than the earth was given unto the hands of the wicked. So that's how they got their power.
What's the page called?
Go get a flyer from him right there.
28 and 1.
Hey, flyer.
Deuteronomy 28 and 1.
So this is opposite of 15 now. This is the opposite of the curses.
Deuteronomy 28 and 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Because the Most High is telling you to come back. You know, you can't physically hear him, but spiritually the Lord is telling you to come back. That's why you came up here today. You stand at the bus stop, and then you started asking questions. Because the signs were out here for y'all to see, so that you can ask the question, because spiritually you've been curious about a lot of things just by listening to the questions you've been asking. Right. Read.
If thou shalt hearken diligently.
Hold on. Hey man, go find something else to eat. We ain't got nothing up here for you, man. Go eat some dirt or something. Eat a rock. Read.
If thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments,
Open the book and read.
which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
The Lord's gonna do what?
The Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
See that? If you come back to the commandments, the Most High is gonna put you up on high. He's gonna put you up on high with better understanding than these other nations. He's gonna give you wisdom that you're seeking. Because right now you can't get wisdom in the earth. There's too much wickedness going on right now. You got that picture?
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandment.
Do what?
Fear God and keep his commandment.
You gotta fear God, you gotta keep the commandments. That's how you come back. That's how you find your way up out of here. You can't stay stagnant, moving in the way that you're moving, because you have not had no real progression up in life. You still moving in the same way you've been moving last year, and possibly the year before that. That's because we're seeking success up in this world.
Hold on,
Success up in this world. There's only death here up in America. You can't live in this damn place. Give me 2nd Ezra 7 and start at 55.
Seven and 55. For we have walked in unpleasant places. Second Ezra 7 and 55. And that the faces of them which have used abstinence. Second Ezra 7 and 54. For we have walked in unpleasant places, and that the faces of them which have used abstinence shall shine above the stars, whereas our faces shall be blacker than darkness. For while we lived and committed iniquity,
While we did what?
for while we lived and committed iniquity,
Because we kept sinning. That's what iniquity is. It's when you sin, when you go against the words of God, of the Most High. Read.
we consider not that we should begin to suffer for it after death.
We didn't even consider that, we're going to have to suffer by breaking the commandments because we don't have that understanding. So then we just go off doing our own thing, falling onto our own wisdom, onto our own understanding with our own vain ideas, opinions and stuff like that. Read. But it's not just the 10 Commandments. You have to study the whole entire book. That's how you get the full understanding. You just can't go and read, like the damn Christianity church says, oh, we just keep the 10 and that's it. There's more law within the 10 laws. There's a total of 613 laws. It's not just the 10. What you got?
This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 8 and 46. So to answer your question, this is, if they sin against thee, for there is no man that sinneth not, and thou be angry with them, Shalakia, let me start all over. This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 8 and verse 46. If they sin against thee, for there is no man that sinneth not, and thou be angry with them, and deliver them to their enemies, so that they carry them away captive unto the land of their enemies, far or near, yet if they shall bethink themselves in the land, whether they were carried captive, and repent, and make supplication unto thee in the land of them that carried them captive, saying, we have sinned and have done perversely, we have committed wickedness.
We have what?
We have and so return unto thee with all their heart and with all their soul in the land of their enemies, which led them away captive, and pray unto thee towards their land, which thou gavest unto their fathers, the city which thou hast chosen, and the house which I have built for thy name. Then hear thou their prayer and their supplication in heaven, thy dwelling place, and maintain their cause, and forgive thy people that have sinned against thee.
That's because the sin is against the Most High. You have to pray now unto the east, back into your homeland, to the Most High, to get you up out of this here place, to have mercy upon you. Okay? To save you from this here destruction that's coming. You got that? No. You have to face the east. When you pray, when you throw your prayers up, you got to face the east. Because that's where our whole land is. Because that's a spiritual thing that you have to do physically. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm here.
Exactly. Yeah. You got that? You know what that is in there? I'm going to finish reading that. You get that? You get that? Show him. You finish. Have him finish reading that. You was at 7:56, I think. And you find that.
Fast. For while we lived and committed iniquity, we consider not that we should begin to suffer for it after death. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle.
This is what?
This is the condition of the battle which man that is born upon earth shall fight.
This is the condition of the battle for these here people. We're not concerned with the other nations. We're only concerned about ourselves. Because the other nations, they're already prospering. They got their blessings. They got their kingdom. They got their heritage. We don't have none. Read. That's why you was asking, well, why these things happen to us? How come our households, all the violence and stuff, the murdering, killing, the adultery, this is all part of the battle. This is a fight that we have to fight. You have to stop doing those things. This is the real fire that the scripture speaks of that we have to go through. No. 1/3 of these here people, our people, is going to make it through the fire. But the other 2/3, they're not going to make it because they're not going to want to serve, as I was showing you earlier, who the world calls Jesus, Yahweh. They're not going to want to serve a black man. They want to keep sinning. Our women still want to be loud and ignorant out here in the streets. They want to be walking around wearing all kinds of fire, showing all their body parts and everything.
Yo, he doing sick.
He
Doing sick. I got on clothes.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that they're wearing is not attractive. You got your stomach hanging out. You got your butt hanging out. You got your breasts hanging out. You got all kinds of madness going on up in these last days. You know what I'm saying? Right. Exactly. You gotta look at when the Most High brought destruction into the earth, just listen to this. Just listen for 1 second. Just listen. So when the Most High destroyed the earth the first, can you listen for 1 second? And that's the problem with our women. They don't want to shut up and listen. No, the Lord started with you. Now, where I was. Now, and this is the problem with our women. Because they've been out of order for so damn long, they don't want no man over them. They up in their feelings. They all up in their damn emotions all the damn time. That's why they can't keep a man, because Jake don't want to be dealing with that. He had to deal with his mama. And you should be home talking to your man and not out here running your mouth to other men. And what are you doing on the streets? Con, bring that out.
Talk about the reasons I'm 39 years old.
And what's your age got to do with anything? That's not a lot. That's little. That's minuscule to the Most High. We've been talking about it. We talk about it every week. What is you talking about? She be out here. We see her out here. She hear us talking about it. Seen her out here. And guess what? Y'all gonna hold on. But guess what? Y'all gonna get it every time until y'all get in order. If not, y'all can just keep on going. But at the end of the day, the Most High, this here word gonna come out. Y'all gotta get understood. It's not to be offensive to you. It's just that y'all need to take a look at yourselves.
Come on, man.
Because we know what the Lord has said about his people.
Can't walk on camera and get
It's not for y'all to get mad at. It's called self-examination. You gotta examine yourself. You gotta look at yourself to see where you're at, and if you're actually being righteous unto the Most High, and not doing your own thing. Because when our people do their own thing, guess what? Broken up families, broken up marriages. The kids are left home while she going off up on a damn 3-day vacation. Nobody watching the kids. The baby's dead now. Because why? Because we want to do what the hell we want to do. And guess who's going to suffer? The children are going to suffer. And they dead, so that's the judgment from the Most High up on that woman, because she wants to do what the hell she wants to do, because she wants to think the way she wants to think. And now she's sitting up, and guess what? Now she got to go to prison for damn near 15, 20 years because she wanted to do what she wanted to do when she should have been home with them babies. And now them babies are dead. That's judgment from the Most High. That's a double judgment. Y'all got that precept? Shameless woman.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 26 and verse 25.
It's a problem with our women because they come out here thinking that everything they got going on look good. No.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 26 and verse 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog.
Shameless woman shall what?
Shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord.
That a woman that's shamefaced, she's gonna know to keep order. She's gonna know not to come up to random men, point finger and all that. Yeah. I know you didn't do that. I'm just saying that it did happen. But these are the spirits in the earth. A shamefaced woman, she's gonna do that what she's supposed to be doing. She's not, if she got a man, guess what she's not gonna do? She's not gonna be walking around other men showing off all her body and her curves and everything. But guess what we're not supposed to be seeing? We're not supposed to be seeing our women's curves, okay? That's for your husband to look at. Read.
All right, come. Proverbs 7 and 11. She is loud.
She is what?
She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house.
See that? That sister was loud and stubborn. She didn't want to hear it. Come.
Now is she without, now in the streets.
She's where?
Now in the streets.
Doing what?
And life and wait at every corner.
See? Wow. See that? When the scriptures come out, the truth comes out. These are not the lies of the Bible. These are the truths of God. These things, they have to be spoken so that his people can see and understand. She looked into a mirror. That's all it was, and she didn't like what she saw, and she didn't like what she heard, because it was the words of the Father coming. Right. She talking about she 30-something years old, like she's done something in the earth. She hasn't accomplished something. That's why she's out up on the streets. If she accomplished something, guess what she'll do? She'll be humbled down. She'll be home with her husband, keeping the house like the woman's supposed to be doing, and watching over the kids. Not the man coming home from work, watching the kids, cooking the food, so that she could go run the streets and possibly go and trick it off. Come, bring that up.
Hebrews 4:12. For the word of God is quick.
Is what?
For the word of God is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
See that? This word gonna cut you. Everybody is going to be cut, because guess what? You can't grab. You can't grab it to those swords. Because it's cut 2 times. And with that, that's my time. Give our praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. Pour Master Rolla. Pour Master Rolla. Pour Master Rolla. The next mighty speaker is going to step up and furthermore edify.
Hold on, I'm for that.
Give me Proverbs. All praise to you. All praise to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Give me Proverbs 3:1. Actually, give me Deuteronomy 10 and verse number 12. I'm gonna show you what we gotta do, because you said, what do we have to do to get up out of this situation that we're in, right?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, and verse 12. And now, Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee?
See, that's what we have to do. We have to do whatever the Lord requires us to do. You know what he requires? Huh? Hey, that's why we down bad. Read it.
But to fear the Lord,
what do we have to do?
but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart.
That's what we got to do. We got to serve the Lord and walk in all his ways. We got to keep the commandments and believe in it. No other way works. Black Lives Matter doesn't work. The damn, what is that? The Black Panthers didn't work. Malcolm X didn't work. Michael Luther King didn't work. The violence interrupters that walking around act like they doing something, that doesn't work. They'll walk right past a bunch of niggas on the corner doing dope and selling drugs and won't even say nothing. But what's up? Yeah, that doesn't work. You got to teach our people their nationality and teach them who their God is and what their God requires of them. That's how you fix our people. That's why the so-called white man, anything that he has his hand in is for our destruction. He has his hand in Black Lives Matter. A white man funds that. His name is George Soros. He's a billionaire. He funds. How is a white man funding Black Lives Matter? What is Black Lives Matter for? For black people that get killed. So why? By who? By what people? Give me that. Zechariah 11:5. By who? You know that's in the Bible. Who possessed or slayed them and hold themselves not guilty. We get killed by white folks, right? So why is a white man funding that organization? The same people that's killing us.
When niggas kill each other, it's not Black Lives Matter.
Come on. So why is a white man, George Soros, why is he funding Black Lives Matter? And how come Black Lives Matter made billions of dollars but never gave $1 to the so-called blacks? What have they ever done for us? Nothing. Honestly, Black Lives Matter is nothing but a bunch of homosexuals and lesbians. You can go look it up for yourself. The people that run Black Lives Matter are LGBTs. So what can they do for our people? They can't do nothing. Black Lives Matter never told you that you was an Israelite, huh? And white women. Read.
Zechariah 11 and 5. Whose possessors slay them,
Whose possessors slay us, right? Read.
and hold themselves not guilty.
See that? They hold themselves not guilty when they kill us. They get a slap on the wrist. They get a paid vacation. People don't know that it's called paid leave. When they kill an unarmed black man, a cop gets a paid vacation. He don't have to go to work for months and months and months until the case is over with, but he gets a check every damn week though for slaying our people. And that's in the Bible. We just read it. Keep reading what you got. So anything that's outside of this Bible, it's not gonna work at all. It's not gonna work. All this, let's go talk to them and let's come together and let's go sit down, and it's not gonna work at all. You gotta lean upon your God. Not a so-called white man. You can't go to them because they're not for your best interest. They need you to sin so they can be successful. If we don't sin, they're not gonna be successful. It doesn't work. They know that. Remember we read that to you in Jude 5 and 20. Read it again. They know that. They know if them niggas keep the commandments, if they loving each other, that's gonna work against us. Then we're not gonna rule over them anymore. We need to rule over them. And how do we do it? We gotta keep them in sin. And who's a fish? Us, right? Now check this out. Give me Habakkuk 2 and 12. Now, if they never would have stole America, then they wouldn't have to kill us then, right? If they would have stayed their ass over there in Europe in the Caucasus Mountains, we wouldn't even have that problem, would we? Who brought the fish? Who brought the fish to the pond? Didn't they bring the fish to the pond? No, they brought us over here to America, right? They say go back to Africa, but didn't you bring us over here? Didn't you come over here and steal the land and then you brought us over here? See, the so-called white men, they're hypocrites. And God says that over and over in the Bible. Those are the biggest hypocrites on the earth. They tell you go back to Africa, why don't you go back to Europe? Go back to the Caucasus Mountain, go back to the caves where you came from. Read.
This is the book of Habakkuk 2, chapter 2, verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood.
What did they do in America?
Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood.
Lord said death and destruction to them people that built this town with blood. Because America was built and established with the blood of the black Hispanics and natives. Read.
And establishes a city by iniquity. Behold, it is not of the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire.
That's good. So they established America by stealing it from the Latinos and natives. And then they came and rounded up the rest of the Israelites, which is the black Jamaicans and Haitians, brought us from the west coast of Africa and brought us over here and they had us picking cotton. So that's a hypocritical thing to say. If the fish is causing trouble, then you got to get rid of it. Well, you put the fish in the pond and you stole the pond. Let me ask you something. They say that we're causing all these troubles in America. Who's causing trouble all over the earth? Who's dropping bombs on everybody and stealing everybody's lands and raping all the women and the children? That's why the Lord said they're hypocrites. How you gonna tell us what we're doing over here in the land that you stole, but you're doing it 10 times worse all over the earth? What about what? That's what we just said. Finish reading what you got in Deuteronomy.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And let me start it. And now, O Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. To keep the commandments.
To do what?
To keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes which I command thee this day for thy good. Behold, the heaven and the heavens of heavens is the Lord's thy God, the earth also with all that therein is. Only the Lord had a delight in thy father.
Only what?
Only the Lord had a delight in thy
The
father.
Lord said he only had a delight in our fathers. He never dealt with the fathers of the other nations, right? He said, I only had a delight in your fathers. From the beginning, yeah, he made us all, but he never dealt with them at all in the Bible. He's never dealt with the Edomites, the Elamites, the Ishmaelites, the sons of Ham, the sons of Japheth. He only dealt with our fathers, the Israelites, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. No, he just, the Lord made, he set it up like that from the beginning. It was all through predestination. Give me Deuteronomy 7:6. He's going to tell you why he chose us. All through predestination, it was set up like that. There's no free will. The Lord could do what he wants. I'll show you why the Lord, hold that. I'm going to show you why the Lord would make us and only choose us over the other nations, right? Read that.
Romans. Yeah, I got it. Romans 9:14.
How long?
What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God? God forbid. For he says to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy.
So I have mercy on whom I will have mercy on. Read.
And I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of God that showeth mercy. Jump down to 20. Nay, but O man, who art thou that repliest against God? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?
Just like a so-called white man, why would you make me to hate? And like you said, why would God make me to choose me? He said, why did you make me like this? Why would you make me to be your chosen? Or if you're a white man, why would you make me to hate me, right? Read.
Have not the potter power over the clay?
The Lord said, doesn't the potter have power over the clay? He's the potter, we're the clay. Just like if you make a pot or a bowl, right? That bowl can't respond against you. You can do what you want to do with that pottery, right? Because you're the potter. You do what you want to do with it. Read.
Of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor.
One unto honor, the black, Hispanic, and natives.
And another unto this
so-called white man and the rest of the nations. The Lord said they're a vessel made unto dishonor. Read. He made them like that. Read.
What if God, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction?
What is the so-called white man?
Fitted to destruction.
What is the African man?
Fitted to destruction.
The Arabs and the East Indians and Chinese?
Fitted to destruction.
They're all just fitted to destruction and made to serve the Israelites. You got more? Yeah, so the Lord does what he wants. Let me show you why he chose us though. Read what you got.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people.
What?
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor chose you.
He's going to tell you why he chose us. Read.
Because you were more in number than any people, for you were the fewest of all people.
He said, I ain't choose you because you were more in number. Shit, you was the fewest of all the people, right? Read.
But because the Lord loved you.
Why did he choose the black, Hispanic, and native?
But because the Lord loved you.
He loves everybody.
Because the Lord loved you.
He said because he loves us. Read.
And because he will keep the oath which he has sworn unto your fathers, after the Lord brought you out of a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of a bondman.
So that's why he chose us, because he loved us. And he made the world for us. Everything in this world was made for us. That's why we're the ones getting punished, because just like if you have children and your child has friends and your child acts up, you're not going to punish his friends. Those are not your children. You're going to punish your children. The Lord, that's why the Lord punishes us. He made them, but they're not his children. The children of God is the Israelites. Can't remember, but we know he died.
But it was a back to
Yeah, come. Remember, we just read that in Zechariah 11:5.
Yeah, say don't envy them, right? But why we preach protest like old signs? Why we don't give them the same punishment that they give us? Not saying don't kill everybody. I'm just saying like why don't we touch them? So it's like the Bible really say like that.
Does it say what?
Chill out.
Give me Ecclesiastes 3:1. Do you want to go to jail? If you take an AK-47 and just start spraying white folks, what you think is gonna happen? I didn't say you were. I'm answering your question. You said why don't we go around?
You know his name, bro.
And take them out, right? We showed you that because that's the curses. Remember, the Lord, we're under a curse right now. That's why. 3:1.
Ecclesiastes 3:1. Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season.
To everything there is a season. Read.
And a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill.
A time to what?
A time to kill.
A time to kill. Read.
And a time to heal. And a time to break down. And a time to build up. A time to weep. And a time to laugh. A time to mourn. And a time to dance.
So right now is not the time for us to put our hands on them because it wouldn't be wise. You would jam yourself up trying to put matters into your own hands. And the Lord's going to tell you why. And where he's going to tell you what's going to happen, right? He's going to tell you how we're going to execute this thing. Read.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourself.
Do what?
Avenge not yourself.
The Lord said don't avenge yourself. Read.
But rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine.
What did the Lord say?
Vengeance is mine.
He said vengeance is mine. So you gotta wait. We gotta wait on the Lord. Give me that in Isaiah 60.
I'm just talking shit. I never.
Give me Isaiah 66:15. You see that though? But the Lord said there's a time and a place for that. And he said vengeance is mine. That's gonna be the time where we're gonna round these nations up and put them in slavery. Right now is not the time. Right now is the time to build up our nation, right? Give me Amos 9:11 real fast. Because the Lord is raising up the tabernacles of David in the last days. That's why we're out here, trying to build our nation first. It doesn't make sense to come against
Caesar
each other
Borgia was a
when we're against each
pedophile.
other. How are we gonna go against them when we're against each other? When y'all do what? The white cousins, you said what's gonna happen to them? We'll show you in a minute. Read it.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 11. In that day will I raise up.
Give me Jeremiah 16:16.
In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David.
What is the Lord doing in these last days?
In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build
Minnesota,
it
St. Paul, pull up.
Oh,
That's what the Lord is doing right now. He's building up the tabernacles of David. We're the tabernacles of David. He's building us up through the Spirit right now. He got us coming out here doing the work and teaching our people and bringing them back into the fold, right, as Israelites. Hey, sis, come get the word. Come get the word for 3 minutes. And we're going to give you a flyer, too. Make sure you get the YouTube before you go, all right? What's your nationality? Your dad? Move over this way. So your dad is Dominican? Where you see Dominican on there? Don't go nowhere, brother. Where? What does it say next to Dominican? Huh? Simeon. You're from the tribe of Simeon. Do you know that you're an Israelite? Do you know that we're God's chosen people and God is only dealing with us? He doesn't love all people. You didn't know that? Well, yeah, that's what the Bible is about. What is that? Yeah, so we're God's chosen. How do you feel about being God's chosen? Huh? What about the other people though? Because the Lord's only dealing with these people right here. How do you feel about him not dealing with the other people? Hey brother, move up. Y'all move over just a little. You said what, sis? Say it again on the mic.
They not meant to be dealt with.
Hey, y'all heard that? The sister said it out. She's in the spirit. She said they're not meant to be dealt with, and she's right. Y'all ain't meant to be dealt with, man. But y'all are gonna get dealt with. Give me that in Jeremiah 16:16. We're gonna show you how. Read Revelation 13:2.
Jeremiah 16:16. Behold, I will send for many fish.
And we're out here fishing for our people. We're fishing for y'all. Just like you go out and fish for fish, we're out here fishing for souls. We're fishing for our people. So y'all can be saved when the Lord comes back, when he destroys America, right? Read.
I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord Yahweh, and they shall fish.
And we're fishing y'all right now, right? We're bringing y'all back to y'all's heritage, back to the truth. Read.
And after will I,
Now after this, when the Lord comes back,
and after will I send for many hunters.
what he's gonna have us doing?
Will I send for many hunters.
He's gonna send for hunters. Once we raise our people up and wake them up, and then he's gonna set us up as hunters, right? Read.
And they shall hunt them.
What are we gonna do?
And they shall hunt.
And we're gonna hunt these nations down, right? And I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do to them. Read what you got.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 10.
See Isaiah 14:1.
And it reads, he that leadeth into captivity shall...
They led all of these people into slavery, the so-called white men in the other nations. They led us into slavery. Read.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
They're gonna go into slavery. Read what you got.
Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land.
See that? The Lord's gonna bring us back home to our land, Israel. That's where we're from, right? We're not from Africa. Read.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
These other nations right here. Read.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them.
We're gonna take them by force.
And bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord.
For what?
For servants,
For servants
and handmaids,
and handmaids.
and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
They're gonna be our slaves. You're gonna have handmaids and servants. You're gonna be beating them with bull whips. Give me Revelation 2:26. The same thing they did to our forefathers, we're gonna do the same thing to them. This is the Bible, the King James Bible, the same one the homosexual pastor got. But he can't read this. Revelation 2:26. Now you know some of these slaves, they're gonna buck up. They're gonna be like, "Hey nigga, I'm not picking that cotton." This is what we're gonna do to them if they want to buck up against us. Like,
Revelation 2:26.
they did the same thing to our forefathers when they wasn't picking that cotton fast enough. They took our forefathers and hung them from the tree. They burnt them alive, right? And raped their children in front of them and ate them. Read.
Revelation 2:26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter, shall they be broken to shiver.
What you gonna do to them nations?
Shall they be broken to shiver.
Break them down with that bullwhip, right? Read.
Even as I received of my fathers.
So y'all gonna have slaves, but y'all gotta endure. Y'all gotta keep these commandments, man. Give me Proverbs 3:1. You know we gotta keep the commandments.
They don't even talk on the line. Nah, they don't even talk.
You ever read the Bible?
The Edomites? Man, Edomites going crazy.
We're with no church. We are the church. Give me Acts 7:38. I'll show you that the church is not a physical place. 7:38. Then jump to 48 after that.
Acts 7:38.
Actually read 48 first. Then jump to 30.
Acts 7:48. Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
What is a church?
The Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
The Lord's not in that church. That's a temple made with hands. You can't build the Lord a house. We are the Lord's house. We are the church. We don't show you that. Read what you got at 38. Church is a people. It's not a place. It's not a building. That's what the so-called white man gave us when they put us in slavery. They made us go to church and worship them and worship white Jesus. Christianity in church is just white supremacy. It's just a system, a religious system to groom you into believing and worshiping so-called white people because they're our slave masters. It's teaching you to be an obedient slave. That's what Christianity is. That's what church is.
No, I said Christmas.
Acts 7:38. This is he that was in the church in the wilderness.
Where was the church at?
In the church in the wilderness.
We were the ones that was in the wilderness when the Lord killed the Egyptians and parted the sea. The church was in the wilderness. We are the church. This is church right now. So do y'all know any commandments? Move over a little bit, Baba Kasha. Y'all know any commandments?
That we don't even know.
You don't know no commandments? You don't even know none of the 10? What about you? Huh?
Brother, I'm from the land, brother. If y'all gonna
You grew up in a Muslim home?
No, my people's here, brother.
Oh, man,
I'm trying to tell you.
is she black?
Gonna wake them up. Wake them up. I'm really spiritual in tune. I'm really spiritual in tune, brother. Hey, brother.
Tell your mama to come up out of that, huh?
Hey, show him
Hold
that,
on, brother.
Show him, hey, show him that verse about the Ethiopians.
Right.
Yeah, we the real Israelites.
He said that we got 63 texts.
This is the real Bible.
Hey, show him about them
We
Ethiopians.
got all 80 books. No, brother, somebody's being bugged out. No, brother.
Read them that
All you need is this King James 16:11. That's all you need. So why don't you go do it and show us how it's done, then?
Hey, show him about the
No. Go do that and show us.
Right.
Zephaniah, gas this little word.
He said he Ethiopian.
You Ethiopian. The Lord said he got a judgment for the Ethiopians.
And he ain't got
You
no
know the
faith here,
Ethiopians are going into slavery? Do you know that the Ethiopians are going into slavery? We are woke. Guess what woke us up? This Bible did. I am waking them up the same way that we woke up from the Bible, man. Read this.
Zephaniah.
Listen to this.
Zephaniah 2:12. Ye Ethiopians.
The Lord said, you Ethiopians,
Also, ye shall be slain by my sword.
the Lord said he's going to kill the Ethiopians. They're going into slavery. Because they had us in slavery. They're going into slavery. We are waking them up. Do y'all know any commandments? All right, brother. Have a good night.
That's an Ethi right there.
That's an Ethiopian right there.
That's your cousin.
No, you is. What, you Somalian? Same thing. Atrian, Djibouti. You guys come from Kush. Y'all the same people, man. Yeah, y'all the same. Y'all the same. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed to be a son of Kush. Embrace your heritage as a Kushite. So, sis, do you know any commandments? You don't know no commandments? We're going to show y'all this one right here. Leviticus, read it. All right, Leviticus, we're going to show y'all a commandment. This is a big one that our people breaks a lot, right? On a daily basis. Read.
Leviticus 11:7. In the swine.
Yeah, get on them, Mark.
In the swine.
What is swine? What is swine? He just said it. Pork. Swine is pork. Read.
And the swine, though he divided the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
Put that picture out with the pig on it. That little slimy pig. You don't got it?
What's over there?
On which one? Where? Where's it at? That big slimy pig? No, but we got another one with the pig on there with his big fat slimy face on it. Well, I don't know what happened to it. But read that again.
And the swine,
And the pork,
though he divideth the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
what are pork chops?
He is unclean to you.
What are chitlins?
He is unclean.
Baby back ribs.
He is unclean to you.
You can't eat pork. We cannot eat pork. You don't eat pork? All praise. What about you, brother? Keep it real. Huh? You can't eat pork. Let me ask you a question. If I gave you a plate with a bunch of maggots crawling all over it, would you eat it? Do you know a pig is full of maggots? So the Lord made a pig. Hold on, sis, calm down. The Lord made a pig to be a trash can. The pig was made to clean the garbage off the earth, because when the Lord created the earth, he didn't create recycling bins and garbage cans. A white man made that. You know why? Because he got us eating unclean foods. So a pig was made to keep the earth clean. That's why you get high blood pressure, diabetes, gout, stroke, tumors, cancer. You get that from eating pork because you're eating garbage. Pigs will eat anything. A pig will eat a body. It'll eat it eats its own feces. Right? Then they so big. So when you eat that pig, you're eating trash, you're eating garbage, you're eating shit. That's why you get sick. That's why your body swell up. You're not supposed to eat that pig, man. So next time you try to eat that pig, remember there's live maggots crawling inside of that meat. You're eating maggots. For real. Real. It's all type of clean meats you can eat. You can eat beef. You can eat chicken. You can eat goat. You can eat turkey. It's all type of clean meats that you can eat. Yeah, we're gonna show you the fishes you can eat. There's fishes that you can eat, and there's fishes that you can't eat. Read.
He is unclean to you.
Pork is unclean.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and of their carcass shall ye not touch.
Can't even touch a pig. Read.
They are unclean to you.
They're unclean to y'all because y'all are Israelites. Israelites cannot touch that stuff. Y'all are special people. Y'all are God's chosen. Read.
These shall ye eat of all that are in the water.
Now he's going to tell you what fishes that you can and can't eat in the waters, right? Read.
Whatsoever have fins in scales.
It has to have what?
Whatsoever have fins in scales.
Now, do those have fins and scales right there? The crab, the lobster, that's what you're eating. So when you eat shrimp, you're eating a roach. A shrimp is just a sea roach. Boom. Hey sis, make sure you get us on the YouTube, all right? And watch the videos. Brother, do you eat the shrimp, crab, and the lobster? That's what you're eating. You're eating roaches and spiders and sitting crabs. One is made on, God made one on land, he made one in the water. Those were made to keep the ocean clean. So you can eat the fish that have fins and scales. Read.
These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. Whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins nor scales in the seas,
all that have not fins and scales,
in the seas and in the rivers, and all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
Hear that? That's an abomination to you, man. You can't eat abominations, man. No more pork, no more shrimp, no more crab or lobster. Can you do that? You sure? You gotta have fins and scales like red snappers. You can eat salmon. No catfish. Catfish don't have fins and scales. Catfish have skin. They don't have scales. Yeah, that's why they all slimy like that.
Hey,
I get it.
He lied with it.
Scoffer right there, man.
He lied about Canaanites.
Canaanites. And you're an Edomite, huh? We'll show you what? Show us that word. Show us that word, Canaanite. Hold on. Break this down. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Who did this happen to right here? Read it.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 68. And it reads, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
When did the Canaanites go into slavery on ships and be sold as slaves? Who is that talking about? Hold on. So who is it talking about? Exactly. Who went into slavery on ships? Give me that. Read this. Let's see. Read it.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 20, verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
What is Egypt?
Out of the house of bondage.
What does Egypt mean?
Out of the house of bondage.
Egypt just means bondage, you damn dummy. That's what it means. Egypt means bondage. Hey, now give me Acts 13 and 1. Let's see what the Jews will call. I want you to break this down there. Break this down.
This is the book of
You
Acts.
can't even answer that. You can't even answer that. Read.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 13 and verse 1.
So when did the Jews go into slavery in Egypt on ships? You damn dumb Greek.
Read. This is the book of Acts, chapter 13 and verse 1. Now there were in the church that was set up in Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon.
These are Jews.
That was called niggers.
What are the Jews called?
That was called niggers.
Singled out as the only black
What?
man.
What?
Singled out as the only black man, buddy.
You are a damn dummy, man. The Jews were called niggers. These are Jews. These are Jews that were called niggers. You damn dummy.
Singled out, dummy.
What do you mean Simeon was singled out? Read it again.
Who is
This
singled
is the
out?
book of Acts, chapter 13 and verse 1.
To me.
Singled out, buddy.
Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas
and Simeon.
that was called niggers.
What was Barnabas and Simeon called?
Nigger.
They was called nigger, you damn dumbass. You're an Edomite, man. Give me 2 Ezra 6 and 9 and get this damn devil up the street. Give me Romans 9 and 13, man. Let's see how God feels about you, man. Because your ass is going into slavery, boy. You're an Edomite. You're an Edomite. Let's talk about who you are. We're going to talk about who are you in the Bible? Who are you in the Bible? Let's see. Read. You're Esau. Read. Romans 9 and 13. As it is written.
Japheth.
Yeah, he Edomite. Read. Hey, get here, man. Don't do that. Read. Romans 9 and 13. As it is written. Jacob have I loved. Jacob have I loved. But Esau, but what? But Esau, this damn devil. But Esau have I hate. Have I what? Have I hate. Have I what? Have I hate. God hates your pink ass. Read what you got, man.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world.
Esau's what?
For Esau is the end of the world.
What's the so-called white race?
For Esau is the end of the
We're
world.
at the end of the world. Read.
And
Jacob, the black Hispanic natives,
is the beginning of it that follows.
who are we?
It's the beginning of it that follows.
And we finna run the new earth, man. We gonna have your ass in slavery, boy. Read what you got.
Jacob and Esau
Oh,
came
my
up.
God. Your ass going into slavery. Read.
Look at that shit. Look at that shit.
Obadiah.
Oh my God.
1
Look
and
at
18.
that. They're killing you before you even die.
And the
They're
house
killing
of
you.
Jacob shall be a
They're
fire.
killing
And the house
you.
of Jacob shall be a
You might as
fire.
well leave.
And
They're
the house
killing
of
you.
Joseph a
They're
flame.
killing you before
Read.
you even
And the
die.
house of
They're
East.
killing
And the
you.
what? And the
You
house
should
of
go.
East. And the what? And the house of East. And the what? And the house of East. And the house of Esau shall be stubborn. Shall be what? Shall be stubborn. What's a pig gonna be? Shall be stubborn. Read. And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remnant. Shall not be what? And there shall not be any remnant. There shall not be what? And there shall not be any remnant. Shall not be what? And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. For the Lord has spoken. Your ass is going into the extinction, boy, after your slavery, man. It will never be a redneck Caucasian on this earth again after we extinct your pink ass, you damn pig. Show ass up the street, man. We're done with you. You're an Edomite. You're going into slavery. We're done with you, man. Hey, y'all. Hey, brother. Now, you can't eat pork, right? So now, do you know any other commandments? You see that? This is why we tell you this. This is why God says separate from them. He hates you. He hates you. Coming over here calling you an African, man. He hates you. Look at him. No, he always comes out kept scoffing. So pink ass up the street and get ready for slavery, man. Hey, man, go hit the treadmill. Go hit the treadmill, man, and burn that fat, man. Go burn that stomach, man. Fat damn Edomite. Get up out of here, man. With that messed up haircut, man. Get your ass up the street, man.
Shut up,
You
devil,
an Edomite.
bitch.
Look at you, man. Look at you.
666.
Y'all so
Get
damn
away.
proud. Why you shaking?
Get away, demonic
Why you
devil.
shaking?
Get
Why
away,
you shaking,
demonic
Esau?
devil.
Because I can. Because you been smoking meth. He been smoking meth. That's why. You damn crackers ain't nothing but a bunch of meth heads, man. You're a meth head, man. You're a raging meth head, man.
God is killing you.
All right,
Quiet. Cállate la boca. Just be quiet. God is killing you, and He don't even have to say or do nothing.
Get your ass up the street,
Walk
boy, and get
away.
ready for slavery,
God
man.
said,
Hey, and invest in some sunscreen.
before you even make it
Read
to the
that.
corner.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 2 and verse 1. Why do the heathens rage?
Why do what?
Why do the heathens rage?
What does the Lord say about this redneck cracker, Rick?
Why do the heathens rage?
Hey, why you raging, Esau? Get your ass on that train, you bum. Read.
And the people imagine a vain thing.
And the people imagine a vain thing, man. Coming up here running your thin-ass cave lips, man. When you're going into slavery. Get your pink ass on that train, man. And go home.
That's right, Esau.
Don't ever come up in this lion thing. Every time you step over here, man, we gonna tear your ass into pieces, man. The so-called white man, your kingdom is over. It's done. Your white privilege is over with, man. This is not the 1950s. Like we finna sit here and start dancing for your redneck ass, man. Your ass is going into slavery, man. Straight up and down, man. We is not them niggas in the 50s, man. It's over. Them days is done. America is on its last limb. The Lord's gonna come back and destroy this place with nuclear missiles, man. And he's only gonna save the black, Hispanic, and natives. The Israelites, man, the real Jews, man. Yeah, get your bum ass on that train, man. Where's your car at? This is your kingdom and you don't even have a car, man. You're a two-time loser, man. A bum. What was you saying? That's just one of the 10 commandments. That's not even in the 10, though. Yeah, word. We gotta keep all the commandments. All 613. I'm gonna give you another one. Give me Numbers 14. 15. Yeah, 15. 34. Did we just read that? The Jews was called niggas? You want us to read it again? Read it again. Yeah, niggers in the Bible, man. Hey, this is why they gave us the Christian church, because they don't want us to read. If you notice when you go into a church, no one has a Bible. All them black folks just sitting there waiting to eat pork, man. Overweight, waiting to eat pork. No one's reading the Bible, man. It's a concert. That's why you gotta open this book and read. Give me Revelation 1-3 real fast. Read this.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 3.
Black folks don't read. Go to the average black home. No one's in there gonna be reading. A book. Go walk into any black home. What you gonna see? Busting down crack. Motherfuckers playing a video game, frying chicken, breaking the weed down, passing blunts around. Ain't nobody finna be reading. So of course they don't understand what's going on in this book, man. Right, reading's boring to them. We love reading, man. We love reading, man. Read.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth.
What?
Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy.
The Lord said you're blessed when you read, man. Reading is fundamentals, man. Reading is a good thing. The so-called white man, when they brought us here on ships, did you know that they persecuted us when they caught us reading? They cut our forefathers' tongues and their eyes out so they wouldn't relay what they read to the next slave. That's why our people didn't know how to read later on down the line after they enslaved us, because we couldn't. They didn't allow us. The slave masters didn't allow us to read. Why? Because they had to take our heritage away from us. Right? Read.
Acts 13:1. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called nigger.
That was called nigger. And when you go into it in the blue letter, it means black. So, what you mean? Why they just calling them black? Just like they call us nigger today. Don't they call us nigger today? What do you think?
Edomites mad today.
Okay. So yeah, just like they call us nigger
EDK.
today, they was calling your forefathers niggers. Read what you got.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes.
Now we make what?
That they make them fringes.
You know what fringes are? Give me Romans 9:20. These are fringes. The Lord even wore fringes. Yeah, these are fringes. Yeah, this is a reminder to keep the commandments. Now, are we saying that we're saved by wearing fringes and keeping the law? No, but you still have to keep the law, right? And this shows your faith by doing the things that the Lord told you to do. Give me Deuteronomy 10 and 15, 16. Read it. Because we walk by faith, right? Because we can't keep the law perfectly, right? Give me 2 Ezra 4 and 30 real quick. We're gonna go off, we're gonna sin. So the law can't save us, but you still have to keep it though, right? Hold, 2 Ezra 4 and 30. I'll hit you with Romans 8:1. You gonna stay and listen? What's your point? What are you trying to say? Hey, come contend for the faith. Read.
2 Ezra.
4 and 30.
2 Ezra 4 and 30. If thou didst so much hate thy people,
Cyrac, it might be Cyrac. Cyrac. Go to the first one. Read what you got.
Deuteronomy 10 and you said 10 and something. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 15. Only the Lord has delight in thy father.
Jump to 16.
Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart and be no more stiff-necked.
Be what?
And be no more stiff-necked.
That's what we gotta do. We gotta obey the commandments. We gotta obey the law. That's how we fix our nations, right? So if the Lord said don't eat pork, don't eat shrimp, crab, or lobster, wear the fringes, that's what you gotta do. It's not gonna be an overnight thing, but gradually that's what you gotta do. Give me Ephesians 4 and 23. This is a spiritual thing. This is a spiritual thing. This is a spiritual battle, man. Give me Job 15 and 16. Job 15 and 16. This is a spiritual battle right here, man. You're battling with your flesh, man. It's gonna, you're gonna have days where you're trying to battle a sin that you commit, like the pork, right? Some brothers, it take them a while to get off of it. Some of them get off of it quick because you battle with the flesh, right? Read.
Job 15 and 16.
Job 15, start at 15. Job 15 and 15. 14.
Job 15 and 14. What is man? What is man that he should be clean? And he which is born of a woman, that he should be righteous. Behold, he putteth no trust in his saints. Yea, the heavens are not clean in his sight. How much more abominable and filthy is man?
How much what?
How much more abominable and filthy is man, which drinketh iniquity, which drinketh iniquity like water.
We sin like we drink water. That's how bad we go off, right? But you gotta fight that flesh, man. It's a battle. You gotta fight it, man. You're gonna be tempted to look at a woman in a sexual way. You gotta fight it. You're gonna be tempted to eat that pork. You gotta fight it. 15 and 14 down to 16. 4 and 23. Read it.
This is the book of Ephesians chapter 4 verse 23. And be renewed in the spirit.
And be what?
And be renewed in the spirit of your mind.
You gotta be renewed in the spirit. You know what that means? Being renewed in the spirit of your mind. No, you gotta be retaught. Now you gotta think differently. Like the things we just showed you that you're an Israelite, can't eat pork, gotta keep the commandments. Now you gotta think like that now. You can't think with the same mind that you was thinking with before you learn who you are. You can't be a nigga anymore, basically. You gotta transform yourself. Yeah, you gotta transform yourself, right? Read.
And that ye put on the new man.
And do what?
And that ye put on the new man.
That's a new man. When you stop eating that pork, you start putting your fringes on, you start coming back and embracing your heritage and your God. Read.
Which after Yahweh is created in righteousness and true holiness.
You gotta be a new man, right? So give me Ecclesiastes the classic. Actually, give me Joshua 1 and 9. It means like okay or bet. Yeah, that's Hebrew. I mean, it took us a while to catch on too. So I mean, you just be repetitive with it, then it'll come natural too. Con.
I said that's that work. They don't know what I'm
Hey,
talking
our
about.
language is mighty. Give me Acts 22 and 14. I think it's 26 and 14. We finna dip. So yeah, our language is mighty, man. When they brought us here on ships, they didn't just have us picking cotton. They beat our nationality out of us and said, no, y'all black, y'all Jamaicans, y'all Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, and they beat our Hebrew language out of us. And they conformed us to English, to speaking English, a bastard tongue. This is the worst language on the earth. I was just finna say that even foreign people that tell you they hate this language because it's so confusing. You got silent letters and you got all these different what you got, commas and things like. It's just these other nations, they languages, it's kind of simple. The Hebrew is kind of simple. This English, yeah. You said what? Adjectives and pronouns and the so-called white man is just a big ball of confusion, man. This is why he must be stopped. Read.
This is the book of Acts, chapter.
Silent letter is vicious, man. It's very vicious. Read.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 26 and verse 14. And when we were all fallen to the earth, I heard a voice speaking unto me.
This is Jesus, right? Yahweh's real name. Let's see what he spoke, right? He didn't speak English like they show you in the movies. He's a little nasty white man speaking English. No, he's a so-called black man speaking the Hebrew. Read.
I heard a voice speaking unto me and saying in the Hebrew tongue, Saul, Saul. Right?
In the what?
In the Hebrew tongue.
What did the Lord speak?
In the Hebrew tongue.
He spoke Aramaic.
In the Hebrew tongue.
He spoke English.
In the Hebrew tongue.
The Lord spoke Hebrew. That's our language. Our language is Hebrew because we're Hebrew Israelites. Now, before we close it down, though, did we show you what color the Lord was?
Yeah, bring that out.
We're going to bring that out real fast. Give me Revelation 1 and 13. We're going to show you what color the Lord was. Actually, Revelation 4 and 3. We're going to show you what the Most High God looks like and his son. Read that first in the 4 and 3.
This is the book of Revelation.
Go to Daniel first so we can show him that he's an actual man. Yes. Daniel 10, 7. We're going to show you. We're going to show you the Father, and his name is Yahweh, meaning he exists. His son's name, who they call Jesus, his name is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai. Huh? No, it's not Yahshua because there's no vowels in the ancient Paleo Hebrew. That's called Yiddish. Those Jewish people, they speak a German dialect. They mix the German dialect with the ancient Paleo Hebrew. That's where you get Yeshua and Yahuda from. It's Yahweh.
They say Yahweh in the Yiddish, they say Yeshua.
Come, that's Yiddish Hebrew. That's what the Jewish man speaks, the fake Jews. Yeshua, Yahuda. No, that's not his name. It's Yahweh, and the son is Yahweh Shah. Read what you got.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 10 and verse 7. And I, Daniel, alone saw the vision, and for the men that were with me saw not the vision, but a great quaking fell upon them. Shalom. Okay. It says, this is the book of Daniel, chapter 10 and verse 5. Then I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen.
So Daniel is seeing the Most High in a vision, right? Read.
Clothed in linen were girded with.
He had clothes on. So he's a man. He's not a poop of smoke like society teaches you. He's an actual man. Read.
And his body was like the pearl.
He had a body.
And his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet like in the colors of all his brass.
That's Yahweh Shah. Daniel 7. 7 and 9. So that's Yahweh Shai. That's the son, right? Yahweh. What you mean it resembled his son? His son? The father? Did he resemble? Does God resemble his son? No. He made the son. No. See, that's that son worship stuff. Don't get caught up in that. Don't get caught up in constellations, right? Read.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and 9.
This is the Most High God, right? The Father. Read.
I beheld till the thrones were cast down.
Daniel seen the Most High Yahweh. Read.
And the Ancient of Days did sit.
That's another title for him, Ancient of Days, because he doesn't deal with time. He's always been. No one created him, right? Read.
Whose garment was...
He had a garment on.
Whose garments was white as snow.
Can a poop of smoke wear a garment? No. Read.
And the hair of his head like the...
Can a poop of smoke have a hair on his and have a head? Read.
And the head of his hair like the pure wool.
Like what?
Like the pure wool.
Most High God's hair was what?
Like the pure wool.
He had woolly hair. The Most High God had woolly white hair. He's not a poop of smoke. Now, we're going to go back to his son again. Revelation 1 and 13.
Revelation 1 and 13. You want to start at 1 and 1?
Come.
Revelation 1 and 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And then jump down to 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Just like the Father's hair was, his hair was white and woolly. The Son's hair is white and woolly. Read.
As white as snow. And his eyes
whereas a flame of fire.
Yeah, red eyes.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
You know what color brass is? What? Come on! Hey man, you're a scholar, man. You're a true scholar, man. Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
It's so dark it looked like his skin burnt in the furnace, man. You see that picture on the end where it say Yahushai on it? The Lord was a very dark man with woolly hair, man. With red eyes. Hebrews 9:15.
Damn, they so like, look, like the Western society, they would get mad for me.
Come. Because they deem us as demons. They say having black skin is a curse. But having pale skin, that's the curse. That's called leprosy. You're unclean when you have pale skin and yellow hair, blonde hair.
So, like, when God said, like, I am the good and evil.
He didn't ever say that. No. He said he does good and evil. He controls everything. But he's not evil. He's good. But he controls good and evil. He controls everything. He does all the killing. Give me that real fast in Deuteronomy 39 and 32 and 39. 39 and 32.
Fuck on there.
32 and 39. You need help.
Deuteronomy 32 and 39. All right. 32 and 39. See, now that I, even I am Salaki.
This is Yahweh speaking, the Most High God.
See, now that I, even I am He, and there is no God with me. I kill.
I what?
I kill.
God doesn't kill.
I kill.
He said I kill. Read.
And I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
The Lord does all of these things. He controls everything. He controls Satan. Satan has to come to him if Satan wants to do anything on this earth. Ain't no war in heaven, and the devil fought God, and then Michael came. Nah, ain't none of that. That's Christianity. That's the lies of Christianity. Just like a talking with the talking snake and an apple, and ain't none of that trash in the Bible, man. Con, right. How can he be God but somebody rebel? You can't rebel against him. Yeah, how you beefing with the Most High? I mean, that's ridiculous. The Christian church is ridiculous, man. And the Lord's going to destroy it when he comes back. And everybody in it, unless they're Israelites and they don't repent. Read what you got.
This is the book of Hebrews.
I'm going to leave you with these 3 more precepts. I'm going to close it down. Read.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 9 and verse 15. And for this cause, he is the mediator.
So the Lord, who we call Yahweh, Jesus, Yahweh Shai, he's the mediator
of the New Testament.
A testament just means covenant. So the Old Testament, that means Old Covenant. New Testament means New Covenant. Who did he make the covenant, which is also a contract? Who did he make the Old and the New contract with? The Old Testament and the New Testament with. Because a Christian will trip you up and say, we're not in the Old Testament anymore. Now we're in the New Testament, and it's for everybody. But they don't understand what testament means. It means covenant, it means contract. Old Testament means old contract, New Testament means new contract. Who did he make the contract with? Covenants with. Give me Deuteronomy 29 and 1, we're going to show you. We're going to show you who the New Testament and the Old Testament is for. Because that's what Jesus died for. He died for them that was under the Old Testament, in the New Testament. Read what you got.
Deuteronomy 29 and 1. These are the words of the covenant,
of the covenant, testament, contract. They're the same thing. These are the words of the contract, of the testament. Read.
Which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
With the Christian church.
To make with the children of Israel.
With the so-called white men.
To make with the children of Israel.
With all the believers.
To make with the children of Israel.
So the Old Testament and the New Testament is only for the Israelites. Now read that again. Let's see who Jesus is the mediator for. Read.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 9 and verse 15. And for this cause, he is the mediator of the New Testament.
Of the New Testament, the new covenant, the new contract. Read.
That by means of death, for the redemption of transgression that were under the first testament.
That was under the first covenant. Remember, the Lord said, I made both covenants with the Israelites. Jesus said, I died for the ones in this new covenant that was under the old covenant, in the Old Testament. Read.
They, which are called, might receive the promise of eternal inheritance.
We got the promise of eternal inheritance. The Lord only came and died for the black, Hispanic, and natives. And the kingdom of heaven is only for us. The other nations are going into slavery. We're going to leave you with this last precept. Huh? What? No, that hasn't happened yet. That's going to happen when the Lord comes back. Yeah, when he comes. Satan is hopping around making people go off, but Satan comes to the Lord first. Give me that in Job. Satan does the work of the Most High God. Satan will never be done away with. Satan is going to be here in the kingdom. Yeah, he's going to make the other nations, he makes people go off. He's going to make the other nations go off in the kingdom. That's why we got to enslave them. They're still going to go off. We still going to have to stone them and things like that. The ancient times is going to come back on the earth. The people was getting stoned for breaking commandments and things like that. We're going to be perfect though when we go through that new covenant. Give me that real fast in Hebrews 8 and 8. We're going to be perfect. Satan can't touch us when the Lord perfects us though. He's going to give us a new body and a new spirit.
Asians are more
We're going to keep the law. We're going to keep the commandments perfect.
Incest.
The other nations, the covenant's not for them. They're going to be immortal. We're going to live forever. They're going to die. They're going to be mortals. What people? In the kingdom, you're going to have thousands of children. Read it.
This is the book of Hebrews.
And hundreds of wives. Read.
The book of Hebrews chapter 8 verse 8. For finding fault with them, he saith, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel.
With the house of Israel.
And with the house of Judah. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt. Because they continue not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws in their mind.
Put our laws, his laws into our mind, meaning we're going to keep the laws perfect. We're not going to sin. We're not going to game bang. We're not going to hate each other. We're not going to eat pork. We're not going to be lusting after somebody's woman. We're going to keep the laws perfectly. Read.
I will put my laws in their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be
your heart is your mind. Read.
And I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people.
So the Lord's going to perfect us, right?
All of us be that man. He said, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. So that's a past tense.
But what does heaven mean? Heaven just means rulership.
No, Ezekiel 28 says heaven on fire, man.
Heaven means heaven is on earth right now. Did you know heaven's on earth?
I'm talking about when he ever no man.
No, Satan is roaming to and fro on the earth right now.
What I'm saying though, like Ezekiel chapter 28 talking about when heaven is, it's either that he's cast him out from that point. He's talking about, can I read it right quick?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Y'all don't mind the word of God.
No, go ahead and read it.
Right,
Give me that info.
I ain't got my glasses. Can you read that for me? All right, check this out. Ezekiel chapter 28.
What's the point you're trying to make, though?
You said that Satan's already cast out of heaven.
I didn't say that. I said Satan works for the Lord. I said Satan is to and fro on the earth. No, the Lord's not fighting Satan. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But why would you ask me about the war in heaven when that doesn't have nothing to do with Satan? No. No, the Lord, the other nations are going to fight against the Lord. These nations right here, they're going to fight against the Lord. Give me Revelation, we're going to show you. Give me Revelation, we're going to show you. Give me Revelation 19 and 12. We're going to show you. Satan just serves the Lord. We're going to show you. Read that in Job.
This is the book of Job, chapter 1 and verse 1. There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job. And that man was perfect and upright and one that feared God and eschewed evil. And there were born of him. Wait, let me jump down.
What y'all read?
3.
So, I think it's 1 to 6. 7. 6.
This is the book of Job, chapter 1 and verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of God.
Did you know that Satan is a son of God? So Satan and the sons of God are presenting themselves before God. Satan can't make a move without God giving him the green light. God runs everything. Read.
Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also.
And who?
And Satan came also among them.
Now listen to what happened. Read.
And the Lord said unto Satan, whence?
And the Lord did what? No, they're supposed to be fighting.
And the Lord said unto Satan.
You know, in the Christian church, they say they was up there fighting each other, and he was cast down. So why are they sitting there having a discussion? Why is Satan having a discussion with the Most High God? No, we're going to show you why. Read.
whence comest thou?
So the Lord asked Satan, where you coming from? Read.
Then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth.
Going what?
From going to and fro in the earth.
Just like he's doing right now. Read.
And from walking up and down in it. And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job? That there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, and one that feareth God and eschew evil? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, doeth Job fear God for naught? Has not thou made an hedge about him and about his house?
Now, this contradicts the hell out of Christianity because they said in the beginning, Satan was cast out of heaven. Job was way after the Lord created the earth. So why is he having a discussion with the Lord if they had a fight in heaven and he was cast out of heaven? Why are they having this conversation in the time of Job? Keep reading.
Then Satan answered the Lord and said, do Job fear God for naught? Has not thou made an hedge about him and about his house and about all that he have on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and the substance is increased in the land. But put forth thine hand now.
What did the Lord say?
What
did Satan say, Salah?
But put forth thine hand now and touch all that he had, and he will curse thee to thy face.
So Satan told the Lord, hey man, if you take everything from Job, he's going to curse you to your face. Read.
And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he have is in thy power.
He said, everything that Job has is in your power, Satan. I'm gonna give it to you, right? I'm giving you the green light to do that. Read.
Only upon himself put not forth thine hand.
He gave Satan orders. He said, but don't kill him. Take everything from him, but don't kill him. And Satan said, okay, read.
So Satan went from the presence of the Lord.
And Satan said, yes, sir. Yes, God. Yes, Most High Yahweh. You can't fight scriptures with scriptures. No. I'm trying to figure out what your angle is. What is your point? I know you're not, but I'm trying to see what are you trying to say? It did it. Go ahead, read it. Go ahead.
Breathe like a man, nigga.
God is brought down to the grave with the noise of thy violence. The worm is spread to the tree.
Thy pump is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy plows and worms is snared under thy axe, and the worms is covered thee. How was thou fallen from heaven, the son of the morning?
Now hold on. Now that's a future prophecy. That has not happened yet. Hold on. What does the word Lucifer mean? Go to the word Lucifer. We're going to show you something. Give me Revelation 19 and 12. That has not happened. Hold on, brother. No. How you gonna ask us a question and then walk away? I'm trying to answer. I'm trying to answer. No, because. Okay, keep reading then. My bad. Go ahead. Keep reading. Go ahead. Keep reading. Keep reading. It's all good. My bad. I apologize. Go ahead.
Now, it says this. How was thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, thou son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground with being weakened the nations? And it said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne the stars of God, and I will also sit on the mount of God, the congregation, and the sight of the Lord. I will ascend upon the heights of the cloud. I will be like the Most High.
No, not really.
Hold on. Now, can we rebuttal? Can we rebuttal, though? You asked us a question. Can we rebuttal? We sat here and listened to you. Now you're going to listen to us. Now, show what the word Lucifer means, because you can't conflate Lucifer and Satan with each other. Those are not the same thing. No, Satan is a spiritual demon. We're going to show you what Lucifer means. Read it.
Lucifer, this is the blue letter. It says, Lucifer is
The etymology of the word Lucifer.
a light bearer.
A what?
A light bearer.
A light bearer. That's what Lucifer means. It just means light bearer. Who are the light bearers? The so-called white man. He is Lucifer. No, that means he's going to be kicked out of rulership when Jesus comes back. That's a future prophecy. Read what you got.
Revelation
19 and 12. His eyes, this is when, listen, hold on, we're going to show you when Lucifer is getting kicked out of heaven. Read. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. Were what? Were many crowns. What is those many crowns that was on his head? No, those crowns are the nations that he's going to take down. When he comes back, no, listen, hold on. Then those crowns are all the kingdoms on the earth that he's going to take out when they go to war. They're going to fight against them. That's why they got a space force. They're going to fight against the Lord and the chariots and his angels. And the Lord is going to take, that's not what this is talking about. This is talking about the Lord conquering the earth and taking down all the kingdoms. Lucifer is the so-called white race. They're the light bearers of the earth. That's what that's talking about. When it says, hold on, when it says Lucifer was kicked out of heaven, it means the rulers of the earth were taken out of power. That's what that's saying. So the Lord is going to be the new king of the earth now. The so-called white man's not going to run anything. The EU, the European Union, yeah, because Lucifer just means light bearer. That's all it means. They bear the light, and everybody comes to their light. That's why everybody comes to America. On the left-hand side, though, we are. You're the 12 tribes, man. You're the 12 tribes, man. Hey, when the Lord comes, yeah, because we Israelites. Yeah, on the right-hand side, we bear the light. On the right-hand side. Yes, it is. No, they bear the light on the left-hand side. We bear the light on the right-hand side. No, you got both. You got both. Exactly, that's talking about us. That's talking about us, brother. That's why you got to come out the ways of America. Read what you got, man.
Revelation 19 and 12. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns.
The Lord's taking down every kingdom when he comes back. And the black, Hispanic, and natives are going to rule the earth again in Jerusalem. Read.
And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with the And he was clothed with the austere dipped in blood. And he was dipped with the cloth with the vesture dipped in blood.
His garment dipped in blood. Read.
And his name is called the Word of God. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon.
See that? The nations are gonna fight against the Lord and his armies of heaven. The so-called UFOs, those are real. Read.
And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses.
Those white horses, those are chariots. So-called UFOs. The Lord's coming back in the so-called UFO. Those are real. Read.
Clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp word, a sharp sword.
He's going to judge all the nations and all the wicked of the earth. Read.
That with it he should smite the nations.
What is he going to do to the nations?
He should smite the nations.
What's the Lord going to do to the nations?
He shall smite the nations.
He's going to kill them and take them down. And he's going to take over the earth. Read.
And he shall rule them with the rod of iron.
What is the Lord going to do?
And he shall rule them with the rod of iron.
What is Yahushua going to do?
And he shall rule them with the rod of iron.
So Yahushua Mashiach is coming back to rule the earth again, man, as the king and savior of the black, Hispanic, and natives, the 12 tribes of Israel, and everybody else is going into slavery. You already know, brother. We love you, man. You an Israelite. We're going to give you one more precept. Give me John 1 and 47. Don't forget this. Your name Job. Hey, you might be Job reincarnated. Hey, now you need to come on this side with your brothers to come teach the word then. They come feed the sheep. Hey, we got a number on there, man. You can get in contact with us. I want to give you 2 more scriptures though before y'all go, before we close it up. Read it.
This is the book of John, chapter 1 and verse 47. Yahushua saw Nathanael coming to him and saith to him, Behold, an Israelite indeed.
Oh, what?
Behold, an Israelite indeed.
No, African American.
Behold, an Israelite indeed.
No, a black man.
Behold, an Israelite indeed.
What is this, brother?
Behold, an Israelite indeed.
Y'all are Israelites indeed, man. The black, Hispanic, and natives, the real Jews, man. Bashem Mashiach Yahushua. Come here, Shirella. Read what you got.
Joshua 1 and 8. This book of the law, this what? This book of the law,
this book of the law, read,
shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein.
We shall what?
But thou shalt meditate therein day and night.
Day and night, read.
that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous. You said what? For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous. And then thou shalt have good success. We're going to have what? And then, Salakia, and then thou shalt have good success.
All praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Kum Yasharala. Kum Yasharala. Kum Yasharala.